Today on the Transplant Helper, I'm going to share with you how this clear liquid right here, this magic juice, can make a world of difference when it comes to preparation and or recovery from a heart catheterization type procedure. Stay tuned.
Hit the subscribe button and the bell notification to become part of the Transplant Helper community.
Hey folks, welcome back to the Transplant Helper again today. My name is Jim Merle, and that's right, this clear liquid, this magic go-go juice right here, also known as water, H2O, can make a world of difference whether it comes to the preparation and or even the recovery from a heart catheterization / angiogram or even a simple blood draw type of procedure. It really comes down to only one thing, and that is hydration. How hydrated are you going into as well as coming out of that procedure? Now, I get it if you're like I am, particularly when you're going in for a heart cath biopsy type procedure, your team's probably going to give you an order known as an MPO order at some point prior to the procedure. Now, I don't know what MPO stands for. If you happen to know what MPO means, comment below. I'd love to hear it. But nonetheless, it basically means no food, no drink up until that point. And typically for me, that's right at midnight prior to a 6 a.m. procedure. But in spite of that, it is so important that you maintain the highest level of hydration possible, even though you can't have anything to drink leading up to that procedure. And it comes down to one thing, that hydration, and that helps to control how dilated or the lack thereof your vessels, veins, and arteries might be. That's why it's so important. If you're going in for a blood draw and you're what they would call a hard stick, you need to make sure before you go into that, do your best to stay hydrated. Now, with that MPO order in place, that's more difficult. So typically what I'll do the entire day before that procedure, I'll basically drink all day. I'll spend all day keeping a glass of water, a bottle of water, something like that, or any kind of liquid for that matter that's clear nearby, and I'll continuously take that on and on and on up into that midnight point, my cutoff typically, and then I'll entirely stop. However, that brings me into the procedure very hydrated, and that causes vessels, veins, and arteries, all that such, to actually dilate or open up, and that makes access to those vessels, veins, and arteries that much easier. Therefore, the procedure itself that much more comfortable. And you know as well as I do, particularly if you're that hard stick, you don't want to be stuck twice or 3 times, and you don't want to give any difficulty to passing through those veins and arteries during those cath / angiogram type procedures. So getting hydrated, staying hydrated the day before is the key to that, while still following the doctor's orders for MPO. In addition to that, and this is something that I've really had to learn over time, it's so important that after those procedures, whatever they are, that you continue to stay hydrated, and even more so after than you did before. And that comes down to the fact that while they're doing these procedures, they're pumping a lot of meds in you, whether it happens to be medications such as painkillers. I know today I had my procedure and I got some morphine, shot in my veins. I got some kind of relaxing type stuff, the Dilaudid, whatever they call it, all that stuff anyway, pumped into my veins. And then in addition to that, some dyes and some contrast. Basically, those things can make you feel really yucky. So I found out it's better as soon as the procedure's over, immediately when they offer you that snack or that drink, take it. Start drinking then, and continue to get your body prepared to flush itself out, because the quicker you can flush those medications, flush those dyes, flush that contrast, the better off you're going to be. As a matter of fact, I have noticed just by trial and error that my recovery time from those procedures and how good or bad I feel the next day or even the next totally comes down to just drinking more and more water and seeing how quickly I can flush those things out. So get hydrated before and then rehydrate after. I promise you, you'll see an unbelievable difference perhaps in how well you feel the next day or the day after that. Stay stronger, friends.